In this video, let's take a look at the basics of creating a new course in Composica. Start by clicking the New Project icon to launch the New Project dialog. In the New Project dialog, we'll go ahead and give our project a title. So we'll call this one Management 101. You have the option to include a description if you want, as well as assign it to a group if this option is available to you. The next step would be to create and apply tags to your project. This will allow you to organize projects as well as categorize them and make them easier to search for. So we'll go ahead and add some tags here. Think of tags as keywords or key phrases, separated by commas. And you can see our tags are listed here, and we can choose to apply different icons to them as well. The next step is to choose what type of project we want to start with when creating our new project. We have the blank project option, which will basically let us start from scratch. It won't apply any theme or any content. If we have a project we've already created or access to a team member's project, we can go ahead and duplicate it, which will save us a lot of time. We simply go ahead, access the project, select it, and then go through the rest of the dialog to start with a duplicate of that project. We also have an option to start with an instructional design based project. This is simply a project template. Your team can create instructional design templates that you can start with for your new projects as well. For this example, we're going to use styled projects. Styled projects will apply visual themes, or they will have a visual theme as well as optional master layers. Our next step then is to choose the primary target device. This will determine what the size of our document page will be. We can choose desktop, we can choose tablet, we can choose smartphone. So keep in mind, your viewers, what will they be using to watch your particular courseware, and then choose the primary target device that would be most applicable to them, and then click next. Since we're using styled project, we're going to go ahead and choose a system style or the visual theme for the project. We have different options here. Choose one, and then of course you have your optional master layers. We can choose one here to get a preview of what it might look like. Now keep in mind, though we have a preview here, this is a master layer, and when you're working on your project, you can modify the master layer to suit your needs. This is just the starting point. So we'll go ahead and choose one here, and then we'll click next. Finally, we can choose our project's runtime properties. This is what will be applied when viewing. We're not going to cover this in any detail here. We'll cover this in more detail in other tutorials. Because runtime properties can be accessed at any point while you're working on your particular project. It's not just accessible at this point when creating a new project. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of it. In the Window tab, of course, you have your document size here. If you want to change it, you can change it at this point. You can choose what's going to happen, how your project's going to open, if the project becomes smaller than the document page during viewing, how it should be handled. You can choose settings for the launch page when it's relaunched, preloading, social media choices, as well as additional SCORM options. Composica courseware is fully SCORM compliant, so you can choose some SCORM options here when you publish out to SCORM. Once you make these selections, then you can go ahead and click next. Your final step is to click the Finish button. At this point, all of your settings are being applied, and then your new project is created, and you will land at the Project Manager dialog here. And then at this point, we've covered the basics of creating a new project. Once you're in the Project Manager, you can then go on and do such things as building your course outline tree, as well as start creating and designing and building your course pages.